Welcome everyone to the Power Half Hour. And this week, I want to take a deep dive on what is happening with SEO, what is happening with videos, what is happening with AI. Like all these updates that we need to know for the real estate industry, and I believe it's super important. And today, none other than Mr. Axel Ziba, the online expert, the marketing expert, the niche expert. I want to have him speak on this topic here, and I want to ask him some questions for myself, selfish reasons, and for this YouTube video. If you guys want to pop the comments, ask questions, Axel will get to it as well. So without further ado, my partner, my confidant, my friend, my brother, Axel Ziba.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate the kind introduction. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. It's always an honor to be calling myself your partner, your sidekick. That's what I am. You're the Batman. I'm the Robin. Thanks for that.
Batman or Batman?
Oh, you're definitely a Batman, man. Let's go for it.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, buddy. Well, thank you for having me. And,
Yes.
and this is an important session because this is not about a luxury anymore. It's not something that you have to think about, oh, I'm going to get to it one day. It's happening as we speak. And if you're not in it, you're not leveraging it. As a matter of fact, if you remember, what was it? Almost about 20 years ago when email came into power, maybe even more than that, 30 years ago, when email came into power, the faximile was getting replaced. Now, the ones that they didn't get into the email side, they were losing behind. Now, regardless, we still have some people using fax, so I'm not judging whatsoever. But AI, technology, and the system that is helping us to grow within our industry in today's world is more than ever requires our attention. It's a gateway to attention. That's what we have. Back in 90s, we didn't have that. We had to go head to head, face to face, shake hands. But today, I want to congratulate the people that they are living in this beautiful timing because we have technology behind you, the social media behind you, so you can open the gate to the people that you want to connect with. And for that, we've been working with search engine optimization, in other words, SEO, for a very, very long time. But I have a news for you, John. The SEO, as we know it, it's dead. It's done. It's finished. Ask me why.
Yeah, why?
Okay. Well, when I say it's dead, it's as we know it. That means, the time that we had to crunch in keywords and shove it into blogs and get ranking on Google, those days are gone. As a matter of fact, if you have been on Google lately, the Google Gemini, it's answering questions. And if you type in any question in there, the first thing that you see on the phrase of the Google and the preface of it, it's Google Gemini. That's the first thing you come across with. So it would answer your question. In many cases, people don't scroll down to any other websites to see if they can get a better answer. They get their answer. 67% of people, as a matter of fact, they don't scroll down. They are satisfied with what answer Gemini gives them on Google. And Google is the mother of all searches. We know that. But what is SEO has turned into? So SEO, search engine optimization, has dissected into 3 different categories in today's world. And that is AEO, GEO, and HEO. That's a lot of baloney right there. But let's just dissect it and see what they are. So AEO stands for answer engine optimization. That's pretty much where AI, it actually recognizes you and gives you meaning into discovering entity. Then we have GEO, which is generative engine optimization, and that's where you get ranked by AI. And lastly, HEO is human experience optimization. That's the most important of all, where it gets you remembered and you be the one that is getting selected. Let's go through that very, very quickly. And I don't want to talk too much about this because this is a podcast and I want you to ask me this question of how you can implement it into real estate world. But one thing that I want to get into very, very quickly is that if you are in real estate more than ever, you need to pay attention to the AI And the way that AI recognizes you, the way that the AIs are scanning your contents right now and recognizing you as a person that is putting something out there are based on 5 elements. And that is context, accuracy, tone, depth, and most important of all, authority. And if you're not the source of these answers based on the answer engine optimization, you're absolutely invisible.
So you really have to be the expert on the topic, and the AI actually recognizes if you know what you're talking about or not. If you're
That is
both,
very true. That is very true.
then it basically you're out of the search because you're not an expert.
That is exactly it. So right now, if you remember back in the days, we have to shove in keywords and everything in there to get ranked on the Google pages and be number one. We have to pay thousands of dollars to be number one on Google page. But now AI is the one that is actually going to be recognizing you based on those 5 elements that I just named. And there are 3 things that you can do to intrigue and invite AEO to actually get you coded. That's number 1, is structuring your content as if you're answering a client question. So if you're sitting in front of a client actually answering a question. Number 2, you want to make it into a long form conversation. And that's pretty much where many of us, in terms of our content making, we make that kind of mistake. So we say, let's say you're in Vancouver, I'm in Vancouver, so let's use that as an example. So we say, Vancouver market update. But you need to give it a more kick. You got to make it more recognizable. You got to change that into, is Vancouver market still a safe place to invest in real estate in 2025? That is the difference between the long form conversation and just the punchy old-fashioned product pushing.
Right.
And that's going to bring me to the third one, which is build content around pain points, not the product.
Ooh.
So if you follow these 3 aspects, then you're practically getting recognized and get quoted by the AI, and that's what you want. The next level is you want those AI to actually push you through, kind of rank you. And lastly, you want that human touch. But before I get to it, I want to give an example between the old way of doing the SEO and today's way of doing the AEO and GEO optimization. So just for example, if you are basing your element based on the product in the old-fashioned way, we used to say, thinking of buying and selling real estate, you know what, contact me today. Simple as that. Nothing wrong with that message. That's what we did. That's what we do. We're putting it out there. But we are hovering over product. But instead, now we got to play with emotion, make it more humanized, making it more into what real estate really is. What is real estate? What is the residential real estate? I'm going to correct myself because commercial, that's different. But residential real estate is all about feeling and emotion. And for that, that's where you're playing with their pain. That's where you're answering their question. So you're saying, how do I sell my home and buy a new one in Vancouver without getting stuck in between? So that's the question you want to put in out there. And of course, we always talked about the elements of videos before. And the way you want to categorize it, you want to start with a question or give a nice hook. Now, the hook itself, it can be a topic to itself, but it's a long one too. But anything that gets attention, anything that attracts people to actually watch your video, and you know what? On the spot, it puts them right there and brings them in and say, oh, okay, what is this guy talking about? Oh, that's my question. That's the hook. You also want to have using a format that is organized. So you want to know you're following a point form. Imagine ChatGPT. When you're asking ChatGPT, the first thing that it does, it gives you a title. Then it gives you a content. Then it gives you a little bit of authority where it's gathering this content. And at the end, it will give you a command as well. Do you want me to expand what I just told you? So that is also a video making point. So you also want to give it a format that is organized. At the same time, you want to make it into a human tone. So come out of that sales aspect in your contents, in your social media, and bring more human tone to it.
Are we talking about short form right now, or like you talking about YouTube content making?
It could be anything. Right
Okay.
now, that actually resonates with any videos that you're making
Okay.
out there. Whether it's a long form content or whether it's a short form, you want to give that human tone to it. Imagine you're sitting right in front of your client, and instead of the yes and no answer, you want to
Right.
expand that to them. So whether it's short form, you can give few pointers and then do a call to action into a next long video as you have.
I
So
see.
definitely call to action, it's very important.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that SEO keywords don't really matter, but content now matters, and not content the usual way, the old school way where it's traditional, like thinking about buying or selling home in Vancouver, click right here. It's more so like if you guys are stuck in a contract right now and you can't get out, you want to watch this video or something like that. So you're
Exactly.
hitting the pain points, and then so that's the hook, and then you have the body of the content, and then at the end you do the call to action. So
Absolutely.
is
That's
that
the biggest
is
three
that
elements right there.
yeah, so the three elements right there, is that for short form and long form, or is there more elements to it in the long form where you should talk more and longer about what you want to say?
In general, there are 5 elements to create any good videos out there,
Okay,
good
okay.
content. So
Yeah.
number 1 is hook.
Yeah.
That's not arguable. Number 2 is authority, something that gives people an understanding of who's this guy actually talking
Okay.
to me.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a philosophy behind it in a second. Number 3 is highlights. You want to
Mm.
give them a reason to watch the entire video and
Mm.
actually looking for something to keep watching.
Mm.
And then we have the content, which what you have based on your video for. And lastly, you have the CTA, the call to action that is undeniable. Now let's get into the philosophy of all. So we have ethos, and which is practically coming in from the Aristotle. You definitely want to put some ego into your video at the same time. We're in a real estate business where we have to show what we do. There are other competition that they're coming from different angle. You got to shine from your angle. So you got to let people know what you do and what you do best, and that is why you're an expert for it. But saying that I am the best and I'm an expert for it, that's an old fashioned. That's again playing around the product. How can you navigate that through? By giving it a human story. So storytelling is the best way to do it. Instead of sharing some datas and saying the market's down 5% and showing some charts, it's best to actually put it in a story and showing that we helped Judy and James to sell their home, let's say 98% of what it was listed, and go through the history and a story that they went through and actually share that with people. People will connect more with the storytelling than data and charts and anything else out there as a stats.
So that's a content part?
That is a content part.
Okay.
Exactly. So at the same time, it can build your authority. So when you're saying
So
that,
what is the highlight then? Because if that's the content, what is the highlight?
I'll give you an example for it. Watch this video to the end. I have the number 3, which is the most important one, to show you how not to make the mistake that the other sellers do. So number 3, it's a little bit of a highlight, and it gives them a power. Okay, number 3 is important. I got to watch to the end of this video. So that's the highlight. It's a promise. It's something that enticed them to keep watching that video to the end.
Got it.
I want to jump into GEO because we talked about AEO now, and AEO was for recognizing you. Now you're recognized, you got to get ranked. And with GEO, you can get ranked. So it will push you toward the AI to select you as someone that is actually an authority. By doing so, you have some workaround. We have long content, such as YouTube, and we have Instagram as short contents that is brand making, is disruptive in terms of marketing. But I want to jump into something that I have experienced through other Instagram channels that is actually tremendously working, and it can recognize you as authority. So it's generatively pushing you toward that. If you've made a beautiful video, let's say you had answered a typical question about how much of a down payment a buyer requires to purchase in Vancouver. That's a question that many buyers they have in their mind. And you made a beautiful video based on those 5 elements that we talked about. How can you make that video into something that AI can see as you are the expert for that topic? One of the shortcuts that I can suggest to you, and that is the solution for things with GEO and AEO right now to work hand in hand, is not only making that reel and post it on your Instagram, but having that reel turn into carousel. So you have, let's say, 10 slides of photos or B-roll or small videos in every slide, and then pushing the text, the alt text of it, where AI can actually read those texts. Exact same script that you had on your reel, put it into that carousel. In addition, you can also create another post, just put an image with your entire script posted on the caption of your post. So there are 3 double whammies right there. So when AIs are actually reading your Instagram, and this is a good news because as of pretty much July 10th, 2025, it became kind of official that search engine gurus such as Google, Yahoo, and other big players, they're actually integrating and syndicating searches from your social media, such as Instagram, TikTok. They're actually getting read, they're getting ranked, they're getting recognized by this AI and Gemini. So they are going in there actually read your content. So the more you have based on the same topic that you want to be authority for, then you get better recognition. We always talk about niching down. Remember, John, we've been doing this for the past many years. We've been saying niche down until you get through the audience that you want. And more than ever, I remember when 2025 wanted to start, one of the trending that was recommended in your social media was to make sure that you have the right audience. You know who are you talking to, whether it's a first-time home buyers, is that investors, are they home sellers? But the beautiful thing about our industry is that they all could be in one social media channel, and you can only choose a location to target for. So you become an ambassador for, let's say, a particular neighborhood in Vancouver. Now, give me a neighborhood in Vancouver. You live in Burnaby. So you want to be an ambassador for Burnaby. You want to push Burnaby. You want to talk about Burnaby, the news about Burnaby. You want to get out there and interview the businesses in Burnaby. Now, more than ever, again, when as of July 10th, the AEO, the GEO came in hand to hand, and they recommended the human experience optimization, then more than ever now, the niching power came into the necessity right now. It's not something that you have to think about it anymore. It's something that you have to do it. You have to niche down in order to get recognized. There are some people that they want to know about, okay, so what is it about this human experience that we have to give? Give me more information, Axel. And I'm there with you. Because it can be a bit vague. But if we take a look at it in a very, under the microscope, and we want to dissect it, there are 4 things that strategically can make you into human relativity. And that's number 1, trust. That's never going to go away. So you want to build a trust. You want to do a relatability. And number 3, you want to put emotional resonance. And number 4, you want to make it into a conversation. So there are 4 things that make things more into human base. And there are 5 practices that it can bring you into an HEO matter, which is more than ever in 2025. So number 1, you definitely want to speak like a human. And I'm saying that, not saying that you shouldn't be speaking like the AI or anything. Sometimes we try to be somebody else. We all do. I've seen videos that I've been, seeing some of our colleagues, and I shake his hand. He's so approachable, so amazing, so genuine and sincere. And then when I see his videos out there, he sounds like somebody else. Sound like you, be you. That's the human that we want to see. As a matter of fact, people rather see mistakes and imperfection, but as long as it is real. That is one of the biggest thing about HEO. So you don't have to be perfect, just do it. Number two is showing your face, showing your life. That's what people want to see. My God, has it been 2007? Facebook came into power, and people started inviting each other into that platform to know about each other's personal life. It was based on curiosity. And number two on human experience optimization is more than ever resonates with today's world. People want to know who you are. People want to know what you do. And that's also building trust. And number three is asking relatable and vulnerable questions. We talked about this. So the question that hits them. Now, one of those questions, it could be so, and when you're asking those questions, of course, you have to be genuine about it too, that is actually, it was your question and you're really passionate to answer that. I'll give you an example. What's one thing about buying a home that terrifies you? Tell me about it. Those type of questions, it can put you on top because you bring your feelings into that question. Number four is sharing micro stories. So we talked about this very briefly. So instead of sharing data, you can input your client experience to show that data. And number five is to have the mobile first flow, or HEO gold as they call it. So there are 5 bullet points right there. You want to have bullet points, you want to have emojis, sparingly, not overflowing it, and you want to have line spacing. Interestingly enough, if you ask ChatGPT any question, it gives you a very thorough answer, and it also organizes it very well. Bullet points, spacing, and it does use moderate amount of emojis. So that's human tone. And then we have clear CTA, so making sure that the CTA, the call to action that you use, you don't want to just say contact me or call me. You want to give a bit of a relevancy. The other day I was watching one of our guys that is at Less More Close More, Harvard. And he followed the exact same tonality and same teaching about the new SEO and human experience. And I loved his call to action. So instead of saying, call me today, he said, drop the comment hope, and then I will send you the link to the home purchases or whatever he was promising at. So that little comment right there, that little clear call to action, it actually turned it from call me, let me take care of you, to something different, something more smooth, hope. And of course, you want to have visual rhythm. That comes in from images. People get bored. You don't want to be the talking point in any videos. You want to have some relevancy in terms of what you say and then show it. So that's where B-rolls coming in. A few of the people they're saying, Axel, so how can I engage people? So the first thing is, of course, the hook. Yeah, I got him engaged now. I made him a promise to watch to the end of my video, but when I'm talking about the content, sometimes it can get boring by explaining. I don't want to lose them on that point. How do I get them engaged? There are a few things that you can do. Number one, people get bored after a while and they can scroll. But one thing is that the movement in what you do and in your video can be attractive. If you're outside, make sure you have a passing traffic behind you. It's always attractive. For some reason, it is. People don't get bored about it. The other trick that you can use is that you can have every 5 to 7 seconds, you can have a zoom in and zoom out. That little action right there, it gets them going again. And best of all, right now, is to use images or videos about what you're talking about and overpower your image on that one. So those are 3 tricks that you can get you more engagement in your videos as we go.
That was basically a masterclass, guys, of video making, and SEO as we know it today is dead. And we gave you many bullet points on AEO, GEO, and HEO. This is only, I believe, the beginning of the conversation,
Oh,
Axel.
yes.
And we're going to have many updates as we go. So, follow the channel, subscribe, and like and share with your friends in the industry. Guys, the industry is changing so fast. And, you want to keep updated on what AI is doing. And Gemini is, it's taken over from Google, right? It's now Gemini searching with the AI, just like ChatGPT, OpenAI, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That is very true. Right now, people don't use Google for search solely, and that's a funny thing. I had the stat on that one that I wanted to share. But despite of billions of search on a daily basis, I think it was 13 billion searches per day, and that's based on Neil Patel. I'm a great fan of this guy. He's the biggest marketing guy, and he's been doing this forever.
Mm.
And one thing that it just opened their eyes that Google has over 13 billion search a day. But that's interestingly enough, that's only 67% of what actually people are searching. And maybe I'm wrong on that percentage. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But the rest of the searches are actually coming in a very unusual way, such as Instagram, TikTok. So actually people go in TikTok and search for something. They
Oh,
go into Instagram and search for something. Or biggest of all, when they're searching on Google, they come across a post from Instagram. As we know, as of July 10th,
right.
now it's the biggest thing. They click on it and boom, right there, they get their answer. And now this is also a shopping thing as well. So people used to do, they go to a store, let's say, we're talking Best Buy, let's say, best of all. So if you go to Best Buy and you want to buy a TV and you had a salesperson in there that actually talked about, this is a beautiful Samsung and everything else. Okay. You went home and said, I need to do a research on it. You went back home, you Googled that TV, and you make sure, okay, is the price okay? Is the whole tools and system that it has, does it fit me as a lifestyle? And then you go back in there and you give a business. That salesperson in there, that's an old-fashioned way. I never forget, in 2013, 2014, with Future Shop, they actually they closed their stores and they amalgamated it with Best Buy, and Best Buy took over the entire Future Shop. I remember there was a note: don't be a salesperson, be somebody that they can rely on to get information from, because people can easily get online and get those information. So you want to affirm those information for them, be their shopping buddy in any way. So if they say, if this TV this is my lifestyle, what TV do you have? You can give some suggestion. Become the today's ChatGPT. But now today, people have ChatGPT right now. So all they can do is to go into ChatGPT, get the best prices, and purchase it right on the first website that comes in. So Google ranking right now is kind of irrelevant.
Okay.
Things
So
are changing and things are changing fast.
yeah, so this is where we tap into working with AI, guys. And you need to know exactly what's going on in order to keep up. But it's moving so fast. Once again, if when we have more YouTube videos like this, come on in and check us out. I'm sure Axel will have more updates. Guys,
Always.
this is once again a masterclass. We'll look forward to seeing you in upcoming videos. Next video, we're going to interview Jonathan and Natalie from our List More, Close More program. These guys are absolutely crushing it, and I can't wait. And Axel, thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your brotherhood. And we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Guys, make it a great
Thank you,
day.
sir. Appreciate for having
All
me.
right,
Thank you, John. Thank
let's
you.
go.
All right.